think it does make it a little better. Not so much washed out. Alright, we're playing around with a little bit of lighting. I think it's looking better, you know, the best. It's probably the best setup for me right now. Alright, everybody, YouTube. It is time to get a good bench session in. I'm gonna make sure our usual warm-up weight is on. 05. Then we'll adjust the log a bit. All right, we are all set up, and like I said, we made some good changes to help with the lighting, make it a little better. So let's go ahead and update the log for today. Yeah, last week was our weird week because my brother was sick. This block is just a relatively lighter, as mentioned on the on my Discord for the people that are in there. This is sort of an update on training. Yeah, this block's really just about getting healthy. Not that we aren't, I guess, healthy, but we've been dealing with some elbow discomfort here and there, and I would really like to put it behind me and make sure that it's completely gone before we change things up. We're gonna add in an additional bench session per week, so we're upping bench frequency to 4 times a week. I think we'll yield some good things from that. But of course, I want to set up myself for success first. Make sure everything's feeling good before I dive into something more. 5 total sets. Which I've been doing, let's see. Let me check some of these others. I think we'll do 4 total sets. Actually. So it'll be roughly a 4x4. 250. As long as our RP doesn't go above a certain amount. Otherwise, we'll just back off a little bit more. just trying to trial and error to see if it would help out a little bit, which it did. All right, that's what we got for today, and then we're gonna do some upper body accessories since we're pushing that as well. It's definitely much better out here. It's not washing me out so much. Couldn't let me trial one session. Screwing up first. All right, there we go. So we got 225 loaded on the bar now, ready to go. Nothing out of the ordinary here. We are just going to get some solid work in, maintaining a sort of medium intensity as we, just continue to make sure things feeling good. And we just curb some of the elbow discomfort that we've been dealing with. And we get ready to swap things up. Definitely excited to try out, swapping up the frequency. We've been doing 3 times a week for quite some time. I think we're well trained and getting a good enough workload to try it out. So far, so good. And I know I mentioned it last session, but we're kind of like at a phase where training is like super motivating. I'm like motivated, ready to go. And just like in terms of like prioritizing training, we're just gonna make sure we're setting ourselves up, for success every session. With the stuff that we can control, obviously. So, very excited. And maybe it's a seasonal thing. I feel like whenever summertime's approaching, the warm weather's approaching, that's sort of like when I kind of really kick it in overdrive. Just try to clean up habits. Part of that. Here we're getting to bed earlier, getting a good clean sleep without like having to really take any naps or anything throughout the day. And I'd like to get just a schedule going where I'm productive in the morning. We might start doing like some very consistent morning game streams. Alright, we got 2:45. You know what? Every now and again, alright, let's see, like, type 1 if you're not a bot. Every now and again, I swear, like, I'm streaming and then I just get these, like, random accounts that ask the most, like, just crazy questions. I'm assuming they're bots, most of the time. Oh, okay. It is actually a person, okay. Well, welcome in, darling Rahis. The worst below the belt shot. I don't even know if I can think of a time. Although if I had to assume who it was, it probably would have been like a younger brother a long time ago. But nothing that I can like really think of and like, oh man, that was terrible. That feeling where you just think you're not going to be able to have kids. Yeah. How about you? Feeling like kind of just like in a mood for change today, so we kind of tried to make the lighting a little bit better today. And then like, I just wonder if there's anything else I could do to spruce it up. Oh, let's see if we can do like a text box. Add a new source instead. Something like that. We're cooking. Alright, so we got 265 loaded up on the bar now. Honest, we haven't really had any like even serious injuries, you know. Like I haven't ever broken a bone or anything crazy like that. Not that I was aware of. So that was 265, we up to 287. I did. Well, you know, I don't know about that. Because I did it when I was deadlifting on some like pads that were really bouncy. You know, I dropped it down and then it bounced and actually landed on my big toe, if I remember correctly. That hurt. Oh yeah, no like ever really bad injury that like I can think back and just think like, wow, that really sucked. I did. I remember deadlifting one time at the very, you know, the bottom of the lift, the start of the lift. I did hear a pop and some instant pain in my adductor, which that could have potentially been at least a partial tear. And that's me like lifting 10 plus years of, you know, heavy lifting. Definitely some like overuse and some aches and pains. And of course, like my persistent, like sort of low back pain that I was dealing with for a while. But that was very multifactorial in nature. Yeah, if anybody ever has any like ideas, feel free to let me know. We're kind of in a mood for change or just sort of tweaking things up. But I think we've made some good adjustments to the lighting. I'm not so washed out here, maybe a little bit, but overall pretty you know, it's clear. Alright, so 287 is going to be our top set we're about to hit here. Make sure we got the music going. $287 for 4 should be pretty dang easy. We're on week 2 of a medium intensity block, so we are just nothing out of the ordinary. Yep. Nice, typical set there. Alex Gamer, what is up? Good to have you in. Alright, so there's our top set. From here, it's coasting through even more. Nice, easy 4 sets of 4 at 250. Summing up. We'll do some upper body accessory work. Yeah, feeling pretty good today. Not too bad today. We kind of like having trouble sleeping last night. Like I was just laying there for probably 30 minutes before I finally fell asleep. Kind of got to bed a little bit later than I wanted to, but then I was able to
I woke up at a decent time today, and then I was able to actually get in solid nap. Like I said, we're hoping to kind of clean things up, really prioritize training, make sure we're getting good sleep every night. For these games. Get a nice schedule going with some additional streams.
And with us adding in another bench day per week, opportunity for another bench stream, potentially, if it lines up alright.
How we looking, chat? Looking smooth? Looking a little uneven, huh? I think we know what we need to do to fix that. I will say I don't know if we have any gamers in the chat, but Last Epoch sure has been a ton of fun. Definitely puts Diablo 4 to shame in my opinion. Over the weekend we tried getting in an additional like game stream. And we were trying to start it off by doing a little hardcore Last Epoch, but the servers were having issues, so I'm definitely hoping to start that up. Last Epoch looks like a PoE clone. So PoE is probably the one that I've played, well, yeah, probably the one that I played the least amount, right? Like, I played an okay amount of D3, I played D4 at the campaign, I'm like, wow, okay, there's literally nothing else to do in the game. In terms of, like, complexity, and, like, I guess it's kind of unforgiving in, like, PoE, for example, right? Like, you start your character off with that build in mind, and you have to follow it the whole way through. Last Epoch, you can, like, respec, you can change things up in your build if you want to, which I think is very nice, because maybe I don't want to play the same build the whole way through. And I feel like with PoE, you build like one damage skill and then everything else is like kind of supportive for that ability. So it's like it's just a skill simulator of like the same skill the whole way through. Whereas Last Epoch, I felt like I had a couple of abilities that were like damaging abilities that were all, you know, good abilities, and then some utility on top of that. So I think the combat's a lot of fun. Maybe it's just the Falconer, but the Falconer has been a ton of fun. I have had way more fun in Last Epoch than I have in D4. For literally like a fraction of the price, right? Like Last Epoch's $35, D4 was, I don't even know what the cost of the pack was that gave you that early access and all that. Yeah, I could never really get into PoE. I also think that there's like D4 and then there's PoE on the other end of the spectrum, and Last Epoch is like somewhere in the middle in terms of like how complex the skill trees get and all that stuff. Because PoE can definitely be very overwhelming to like a new player. Not to mention it's unforgiving because you can't really change your build around. So I think it's nice. I mean, of course, is Last Epoch gonna be as good as Path of Exile 2? I mean, probably not. It looks like Path of Exile 2 is, you know, they're really cooking it up for that. But I'm sure the people that actually play ARPGs a ton and like, you know, are big streamers like having that variety, right? They can swap from one season in one game to like the next season in a different one. So there's room for multiple in the ARPG space. You know, plus it's nice for them to have some competition too. It's not a bad thing to have competition because then they actually step up their game. They listen to like what players want. But yeah, I'd say if you haven't given it like an actual shot, for sure give it a try. It's a fraction of cost of what D4 was. And you know, like I told a bunch of my buddies too, like before D4 came out and they were doing like all their drip marketing, I was just like, man, like nothing I'm seeing is like really selling me on the game, or like how it's any different than D3, which at this point I think D3 is better than D4. So I kind of went in with the expectation that it was gonna be, I was gonna get my money's worth maybe out of like the first playthrough and the story, because I do think the story was really cool. But in terms of like replayability for me, it was not there at all. Path of Exile 2 is fairly close, isn't it? I haven't really been keeping up on it, but for some reason I feel like it's maybe like sometime this summer. Seems like there's a lot of stuff to look forward to this year. To be honest, we've actually had quite a bit of like big releases already for the year. I feel like last year we were in like a drought of not having good games, but a lot of games this year so far. A lot of stuff still coming. I remember last year I was like craving for something else to play other than Lost Ark. Now it's like I don't have the time to play all these games that I want to play. Moving things around a little bit here. Alright, so we got one more set here. It's been, pretty easy so far. Like I said, big focus on cleaning things up technique-wise. And, sort of maintaining while we start to feel better. I feel like my right wrist is a little okay. Got some stuff to work on here. After this, so we got some upper body stuff to do. There we go. Alright, time to transition to the next exercise here. Need the red plates and all.
So this is just our slightly modified pull-up. We've been starting to add in. This out of the way. Actually, I might need that. Fortunately, we have a little bit of the way in the camera. All right. Since we can't get the bar any higher to do like a legitimate pull up, kind of sub it in a little bit with the feet elevated, and then we're just leaning back so that we can get that nice upright pull. There we go. So I think this setup, if you can't get the bar up high enough, this is gonna sort of simulate a traditional pull-up the best you can. You're kind of leaning back and shifting your center of mass back so that you're nice and let me see here. A little bit more of like a vertical line of pull is I guess what I was trying to say. Nice and upright, up and down, and not so much like angled. And let's see, what else are we gonna do today? I think we're gonna do some bench dips. That sounds nice. Right there. Lean back. So big focus, feeling good, and then adding in some more accessory work back into the mix, which we've been slacking a little bit, especially at the at-home. So it's good. I kind of took a few of our sessions to play around with some new things that I can like continue to push for the next couple blocks. Any other home gym havers that have any like staple exercises that they love? I don't know if we have anybody else in the chat that
has a home gym.
And we've been trying to we're gonna focus on hamstrings quite a bit too these next couple blocks. See if we can pick up on hammies and try to get some nice transfer over to the deadlift. Alright, third and final set for the pull-ups here. Pretty good. Good deal. Now we have bench dips. Enough room. Definitely feeling good today. Now, how do I want to add some external weight to this? Do I want just 12 or do I want a little higher? I'm fine with going. We will start out with 12 and then go up the next 2 weeks. I think that's fair. So now that we hit the 365, a few weeks ago, the goal is 385. And I really do think
since we sort of gotten through like the mental gap of having that extra 25 on, which of course with like the kilogram plates, it's different, but I think I'll be able to coast up a little bit, especially once we decide to swap up the frequency where I'm actually going from 3 to 4 times. So looking forward to it. Like I said, I've never programmed for myself with having a 4th bench day per week. So it'll be interesting and fun to play around and try to track some trends. What else did I say I was gonna do? I don't know if I did. I think we'll do some lateral raises. And then that leaves Thursday with another back. It'll probably be dumbbell. Dumbbell rows or barbell rows. We've been doing that too. And then like biceps, dumbbell tricep extension. Old Greg the man, thank you for the raid, sir. Welcome in. And welcome in to the Raiders as well. Glad to have you in. Basically, you know, my Twitch platform is all about fitness, specifically powerlifting. A lot of like what I do on my workout streams are going to be powerlifting oriented. And then I'm a chiropractor, so also like movement, pain, injury, related topics, training and pain, you know, still training well even though you might be experiencing a pain, you know, pain or injury. You know, just a combination of those topics. And then the occasional game stream too, I'll try to throw in. Today we're having a pretty good session. This block is sort of just like a medium intensity for bench press. We just came off of last block, hitting a 365 pound bench. So we're kind of managing some elbow discomfort. So we're taking this block to, I guess, push off the pedal a little bit and get feeling really good before we sort of like try to swap things up a little bit with our bench programming. Just trying to set myself up for success before I start doing more with bench. Not going to go into doing something new and arguably, you know, more stress on the area until I get it feeling good. But yeah, I should be back to normal after this block. Should only take a block to get to feeling good again. Let's see here. Vastly different than what you guys do. Are you a fitness and health streamer as well? Or a different category? this around here. Yeah, you know, I try to stay up on as much information as I can. I was just actually going on a rant today about how, you know, when I was younger and less experienced, I saw a few different healthcare providers about, you know, pain or injury that I was dealing with, you know, throughout my powerlifting experience. And it was generally what I would rate as pretty poor quality. And that's sort of what got me into this. I think you know, the average musculoskeletal healthcare provider has a lot of work to do, you know, like a lot of ways that we can improve in terms of treating the athletic population. So that's a little bit of, you know, a little bit of my why. But yeah, we kind of started doing the Twitch stuff because we didn't really like I don't really like short form platforms, right? Like Instagram, it's basically about taking like one hard stance that's like provocative, when in reality things are probably more nuanced than just taking, you know, one extreme stance or the other. In the fitness rehab space. So Twitch, you know, I'm live streaming, I can actually get into some nuance, and maybe just, you know, specific scenarios where something may not be the best option. Not that I get a ton of like questions, I guess, here and there, I would say, but most people are just kind of in here to chill and chat and, you know, watch me lift everything. You lift and pole dance. There you go. Another fitness and health streamer. Feel free to check him out as well. What is it? I'm gonna go ahead and give you a nice shout out here as well. I think that's the right thing, right? What is the Alright, apparently I've forgotten the command, but check out old Greg the Man. Sounds like he's a fellow fitness and health streamer. Go get some food, have a good workout. Have a good rest of your night. Some good food. Also, chat, go ahead and let me know what the command is. Apparently, I am still Twitch illiterate. I swear I did it like just a few weeks ago. I don't know how I can forget things so fast like that. Alright. Headphones. Oh.
A slash shout out. That's what it is. Good night. There we go. Okay, that is our fellow fitness and health streamer that rated us just a little bit ago. Thanks again for that. Finally figured it out. Let's see. So what else do we have? I think we're gonna do 2 sets of some bicep curls. We've already gotten a pretty solid, solid work in for the day. But some of you guys just popped in, so I'll prolong the stream a little bit longer. If anybody has any questions or comments, hey, suggestions are welcome as well. We're always trying to find ways to improve the best we can, within our capabilities of what we can do for right now. Figure out what I did with my case. Thought I brought my headset case, or like my earbud case down here. So we messed around with a little bit of the lighting, which I think the glare isn't quite as bad on the side camera. A little bit still there, but I think it's about the best we can do. And then also that this front light isn't washing me out so bad now, so that's cool. We're at a lower exposure, so that's good. So it's like a little bit more vibrant and not so like dark, I guess. So we had a pretty good bench session. I think we're just obviously gonna continue to coast on bench this block. Deadlift has still been going really good, so we'll see. Of course, like we've just been kind of pretty much PRing every block. Whether it's a rep PR, whatever rep scheme we're working in for that block, or 1 rep. We'll see if we can do it again this block. I think it would have to be at least 600 for 4. Which I think is doable. Sunday's week 1 session was a pretty easy 520. I would like to say it was 520. I do have a very big gap between like my week 1 top set and my week 4. Very like outlier-ish. The way that programming for deadlift honestly just really works out for me. Let's see, we did wrong one. Yep, 520. And it was pretty speedy, pretty dang easy. Probably easier than my bench sets from today. Okay, so we're at clean still. Make sure things are kind of set up for next session. Generally, in terms of workout stream schedule, it's been pretty consistently Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
during the week, Tuesday and Thursday. Generally, it's in the evening, around, finishing up around this time. So about when we went live is the rough estimate of when we get going during the week. And Saturday is generally like 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. CST. Of course, I do have a Discord that I kind of try to send notifications ahead of time so people know and can pop in. And then anything else is just kind of extra. Game streaming right now is a little bit on extra. Most people pop in for the fitness streams as of right now. It's 55 pounders, so much heavier than 45, I swear. Okay, so we got this on, then we'll put on the 25s. This is generally what we start our warm-ups with. Good old 205. So now we are all ready to go for Thursday. A good session today. Like I said, most of the time you'll see me in fitness health category. I stream like my powerlifting workouts, talk about fitness. I'm a chiropractor, so rehab, pain, injury related topics, the combination of all of those topics, training in pain, managing an injury while still lifting. Those are all topics you'll find here at some point, and then the occasional game stream. Just trying to, I guess, provide high quality evidence and information regarding, fitness and health, rehab. And really that's about it. So thanks everybody for popping in and hanging out, watching me lift. Shout out to Old Greg the Man for the raid again. Hope to see some of you guys around some more, and I'll catch you on the next one Thursday evening.